Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty trying for the second time to record this video. I have terrible anxiety, so the first time was hard enough, and I'm super nervous. My tripod also hasn't come yet, so this video will be audio only. For this channel, I'd like to do a bunch of different things, DIY stuff, video game reviews especially, mostly like survival horror and RPGs, opening some blind bags, reviewing stuff I bought on AliExpress, you know, that kind of stuff. I really like cute things too, so you'll probably see a lot of cute stuff on this channel eventually. The other main thing of this video is I'm going to be doing a review of Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. It's going to have some spoilers. I will normally try and give spoiler-free reviews, and then like later with a warning shift into talking about spoilery stuff, but that doesn't really seem practical for this particular review due to how short this series is. And that's my main criticism of the series. It's too short. You got good animation, but there's only 4 episodes and they are all under 30 minutes, and that includes the opening and some seriously long credits. There's not enough time for the characters to develop. And like the first episode, I would have liked it just fine until you realize it's 1 episode out of 4 that are all that short. So not much actually happens. Had to actually look up Patrick's name. I'm totally surprised he did not die. I thought he was a goner. And that Ryan guy that works for the president looks like some actor that I cannot recall the name of. Wilson, the Asian guy, very obviously the villain from the start, because he's trying so hard to push the whole war with Asia angle. President seems nice. Don't get to see too much of him either. We got to see Ashley, even if it was only in a photograph. I really wish they'd bring her character back. I was never that invested in her, but I feel like they could do something interesting with her. Like, maybe after the events of RE4, she tries to become more capable. Some good action in this episode and the next one. Kind of liked the stuff in the submarine. Some good scenes with Leon and Jason. The infected rats were terrifying. The whole thing with Jason and Shenmei killing the entire crew seemed a bit much, though. Especially when Shenmei later talks about how she wants to stop like bad things like that from happening in cover-ups, but like, you just killed a bunch of innocent people. And then Shenmei's house just kind of gets destroyed out of nowhere, and apparently Jason did it. Somehow, we don't really learn how he did it or why. Weren't they allies? It's never really explained. The whole thing where, you know, Claire finds that body in the house had me confused for the longest time. I got that the scene of Jason finding something in that house earlier was probably him finding the suicide of one of his teammates, but I figured it was like an earlier one, so when Claire found the body, I was just like, the police left it there? Then after the series ended, I was like, hey, what happened to that other Mad Dog survivor they mentioned? And then I realized that was probably his body. Jason found it first, probably what prompted all this, and then Claire finds it later. And yeah, Claire is in this. Not that you'd know it, you could literally cut all of her scenes and it wouldn't make a difference. She also apparently doesn't carry a gun. 2 dudes break into her motel room, and she goes for a lamp. And then despite clearly seeing 2 men enter, she attacks one and keeps hitting him, completely forgetting about the other guy, so she gets tased and captured, and for some reason they just don't kill her. She manages to get out of that, and Leon tells her to go distract Jason, and she's got this control panel with, like, no one would ever figure that out in real life, and she lowers an elevator and then she gets knocked unconscious. Normally, I would not really complain about the treatment of female characters in things. I don't care if there are only a few female characters, or if they're sexy, or they just serve as damsels in distress. During this last episode, though, I kind of feel like they got gypped. Claire was advertised as a main character, but ultimately might as well have not even been in it. And Shinmei is just kind of there. They have Jason kill her for seemingly no reason. She's not armed or actively trying to murder him or stop him, and they ultimately both want to expose the truth, but he just brutally murders her after they have this, like, kind of nice moment. Jason himself was semi-interesting, but like I said earlier, he never got much of a chance to develop. We never really saw the horrors he witnessed. I saw more of what, you know, the mute kids saw. and then he turns into the most unintimidating monster ever and just keeps going on about fear and all that. I feel his pain would have been a lot easier to connect with if they'd shown more of him and his unit, and their struggles during and after the Panam Stam incident. He also, despite killing Shen Mei, fails to kill Leon even when the guy has literally blown his arm off. And how does he get stopped? No rocket launcher or epic battle, Leon just makes the elevator they're on fall into acid. That's it. But Patrick lived. Happy about that. He seems cool. Shame we'll probably never see him again. Just like, Raymond and all those other interesting characters from other things that Capcom doesn't care about. And then you have this underwhelming scene with Clara and Leon. Clara wants the chip to expose the Panam Stam cover-up, and Leon, not wanting to spread fear, refuses to give it to her. Of course, he doesn't tell her that. And she doesn't ask why he won't give it to her, even though she's clearly mad. And Leon probably ate dinner alone that night. Well, that was my review. I have a lot to say about the RE series in general, especially the 2 recent remakes and Village, so I'll likely do videos of them in the near future. I hope everyone enjoyed this first video, even though it's a bit short. Please subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!